Good morning, Orchard STEM School. This is Mr. Hoydick, the art teacher. Today I will show you how to apply watercolor paint to our Wassily Kandinsky inspired painting. Now the first thing you need to do is take your brush out of the watercolor pan. And you can see I have all my colors in the watercolor. And you can see over on the side I have the water. And in the middle is my painting. The first thing I want to do is decide which color I would like to assign to things. And I think I'd like to start with black. I dip my brush in the water, you can see that in the bottom right corner, and I get it wet. I hold the brush right about here, not at the very tip, and certainly not at the end. I hold it right on the grip. And then I go over to the black watercolor pan, and I tickle, 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 tickle. I press very lightly on the watercolor pan. Now, since this is black, I might have a hard time seeing it, but I'm going to go ahead and start painting. It's not black. It's actually black, but it's a very light one. So I'm tickle, tickle, tickling my watercolor pan, and now I will paint. It is not green, it is black. It's just a very light one. And I go back to the pan, tickle, 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 and I apply very lightly. And I keep painting until no more color comes out of my brush. Then I can return to the pan and get some more. Return to the pan and get some more. And now I need some more paint, so I'll dip in and out of the water quickly. If you dip into the pan, into the water, and you go slowly, any paint that's on that brush will go in your water. I don't want the paint to go in my water, I want it to go on my paper. And as I go to the top of this little area here, I will press lighter with my brush till I get to there. Dip in and out, tickle, 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 and you can see I'm tickling in a circle, and I will paint along the edge of this circle. And along the edge of the circle. Dip in and out real quick. Get some more. Oh, I just had a drop of paint fall on the paper. Hey, no worries. I'll just get a paper towel and very carefully dab where it dripped. There we go, clean. Tickle, tickle, tickle on the black paint. And you can see it got darker. Tickle, tickle, tickle. And you are right, this black is kind of greenish, but it is not green. Here, you can see on the tray, it goes black, green, blue, yellow, orange, red, blue, and then brown. Brown's at the end. When I picked up my tray, I was very careful so that I didn't spill any of the paint. Now I'm going to paint around this area. And you can see I have little brush strokes up and down. Never press hard with the watercolor paintbrush. Don't press hard in the tray, and don't press hard on your paper. If you paint over parts you've already done, it becomes darker. Do you see that? paint around this side and it becomes darker. And you have to be very forgiving when you use watercolor. For instance, when this first started going on, I thought, oh, that's green. I don't want green. But then I thought, well, you know, it's green. I guess I'm using green. Is it really green? No, it's black, but it's very light. And I think it's cool. Take black paint. There, look at that dark area that I just added. Now it's going to flow where it wants to, but I can kind of try to help it go where I want it. See that? Now, down here I think I'd like to paint as well. And I'm going to start adding little dots around the outside. Do you know what color I'm going to use next? It's going to be black. Like I want to use black, or this, you know, this greenish black, until everything is painted that is black. There are other colors that are on this part of the painting, but I'm going to leave that for later. Yep. Sorry about that. I always forget to silence my phone, don't I? Hey, pretty nice. Now the next part I'm going to do are going to be those triangles, and they are pretty solid. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Look at the triangle. It is lighter at the top than it is at the bottom because the paint wants to go and flow downhill. Ooh, look how dark that part is there. And if I want it even darker, I can get some watercolor and just put it right on the edge of that triangle. See that? Now I have three more sections that I'm going to paint black. Then I'll switch colors. Oh, and by the way, look at what color my water is. Just faintly tinted greenish because of this weird black color. This takes a long time, but it's worth it, you guys. And I have two more sections that I want to paint black. This section here, and this big curve. And I'll dip in and out real quick and get some more paint. There we go. Now if I want to add any darker parts, I can go back to where it's already been painted and I can add some more paint. The paint over on this area has started to dry, so I can add more on top of it. Look, that's how you outline. Do you see how dark it is on the edge here? That's how you do it. And I want to add a little bit down here. Dip in and out real quick. Tickle, tickle, tickle. And there we go. Oh, fun times. Now I'll clean my brush, and I can clean my brush in the same water that I've been using. And I put it in and I just swirl it around a little bit. I press it lightly against the side. Hey, don't tap it. When you tap your brush, it could splash and it could make marks on your paper. Next, I think I want to add some red. I see some red areas here and here. So look, here's the red tray. Dip in and out. Actually, I want to leave it in there for a minute. Get a lot of water. I'll go to the red paint and tickle, 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 tickle. And I want to add a little bit of red in here. And I want to add some red on this rectangle. Oh, that's really light. I better get some more paint. Remember that you can see through watercolor. It is a transparent medium. It's like a window with some color on it. So any of my lines that I made with pencil, I'll still be able to see. Now I want to get a lot of water on there, get a lot of paint, and I'll paint in this shape. Once I outline it, it's pretty easy to paint the whole shape. And I'm pulling the paint with my brush. And once I, add the color and color this in with the paint, I can go back and get some more paint just to add some extra lines. Dip in and out real quick, get a little bit more water. Nice and easy on the edge. Nice and easy on the edge. And let's see, I'll paint on this side. And I'll add some red on this piece. And I'll add a little bit of red down here. All right, that's a pretty good start for today. When you're done, you'll clean your brush in the water, wipe the edge on your water cup, and put the brush back in your tray. And it should snap right in. It's very important that you keep the paints parallel to the ground. If you tip it, the color will run around and it will mess up your paint. I can't wait to see what you make and how you paint in your Kandinsky inspired watercolor. Thanks, and have a great day.